Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Victoria Ayodele Fash. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. If you're a returning subscriber, you know I love you. You know I appreciate you so much. Thank you for always coming back. Okay, so today I'll try to keep it short. Today I want to shoot almost one of my most requested video about wedding and all of that. So today I'll be sharing some of the things that I think went wrong in my wedding, right? Things that could have been avoided, things that you should definitely look out for. So basically this video will be how to avoid drama, right, on your wedding day. Okay, so first of all, yeah, I'm going to just jump right into it. Okay, so first of all, my wedding was it wasn't that bad though. It wasn't that bad, right? There were a lot of happy moments, really chilled moments, especially the morning of my wedding. It was so peaceful. I enjoyed my traditional wedding so much. I think the drama started during our white, wedding. Remember, we didn't go to church, but you know what? Let me just start from the beginning. So the first point that I am going to talk about is pre-wedding. Okay, so let's just divide this into pre-wedding and post-wedding. Now, the first thing that I think would really help you to avoid drama in your wedding is to please be mindful of the vendors you outsource your your activities to, whether it's your wedding dress or your hall decoration or whatever, right? Be very careful and be mindful of it. Make sure that they have all the information they need, right? And they know what exactly your budget is and what you want. Okay, now let me just give, for instance, my wedding. Let me take for instance, right, the wedding, the whole decoration and everything, right? I already had a budget of, this is what it's going to cost me, or this is what I am willing to spend, right, on decoration. So many people spend a lot of money on decoration, like a lot of money, okay? You understand? But I had a budget for everything on my wedding, and I knew this is what I don't want to go beyond this. Okay, so I had a number of people that I was reaching out and I tell them they cannot work with my budget, and that's fine. Okay, not everybody will be able to work on my with my budget and give me what I want. Okay, I just need to find the vendor that can do that. Okay, and I found this person, right? And initially, because I wasn't, so one of my family members took over the decoration of the hall and said she was going to handle that, right? But I was the one, I told this decorator, this is what I want, this is the number of chairs I want, this number of tables I want, this is how I want the hall to be decorated, this is how big I want the aisle to be, and all of that. And then there was calls here and there to say, oh, the money this person offering is not enough, what. Okay, I added to the money to say, okay, since it's still within what I had in mind initially, so yes, take this and give me this. Then a week to the wedding, she's sending somebody to me to tell me to add more money. She sent, oh my god. Now I'm not saying that the lady did an amazing job. Honestly, she really did great. She did more than I even thought, right, that she was going to do. Like, she overdid. When people ask me, my in-law got married like a few months after, and she was asking me how much I paid for the decoration, and she was amazed that I actually paid that amount for the amount of things the lady did. So she did a lot, but the issue I had was with the back and forth on prices, and all of that. But yeah, I think that was the only issue I had with her. But everything she was supposed to do, she did everything I requested for her to do. And also, one thing I also want you to also know, this is supposed to be another point, but let me just chip this in since we're talking about the decoration part, is that you need to allow the professionals to also do their work. One of the issues I had with my decorator was that I wanted this, okay, and she was saying that with the size of the hall, with the structure of the hall, this cannot be achievable. But I'm like, in my head, I've already structured everything and done everything. I told her that no, it will be achievable and whatever. But later she did it her own way, and I got to see the night before the wedding that, oh, this is actually better than what I thought. Okay, if we had actually fixed the amount of tables I wanted, right, I think she was going to do one table 10 chairs, right, and I wanted one table 8 chairs, I can't remember. If we had actually had more tables, we wouldn't have space for the aisle. Now that we will have enough space for the DJ and the rest of it. So in my own eyes, I felt like the hall was big, like really wide, only for her to get. I said that this hall cannot take more than this amount of tables. So allow the professionals to do their job. Put that as point 1B. Okay, let's go back to the first point about being mindful. Apart from the decoration, my dress. See, the lady that did my dress, she's amazing. I love her. Like, I recommended her and all of that. And, she's been sewing dresses for me before my wedding, and I hardly have any complaints with her clothes, with her dresses. But I think one of the biggest issues we had in the beginning was price or cost. Okay, we already discussed that this is the cost and this is the thing. See, when it's wedding, especially when people know that it's wedding, you are doing things for, just hope to spend more. Okay, I was going to go and rent a dress. Okay, rent a nice dress, and take all the stress away. But people will convince you, do this, it's better you sew, you can keep it, you can change the style. Those are all trust me, if I want to get a dress, I will get a dress. I'm not going to go and remodify my wedding dress to look at something else. But anyways, I don't know, I saw this dress. I said, okay, let me just let me make my dress instead of going to rent and all of that. And yeah, I think the first issue that I had was that I did not know that my tailor was heavily pregnant. Trust me, if I had known before I contacted her, right, I wouldn't have, right? But after she came, and that's the thing, see, and that's another point. Okay, this is point number 3. As I'm talking about point number, I'm talking about point number every other point. Don't be afraid to say no to, even if you've started to say I don't want to do again. Okay, let us split part. In my own part, after I saw her, she was heavily pregnant. Okay, obviously she's going to be tired. Obviously she won't be able to do the running around as as a tailor who isn't, right? Not to say that because a woman is pregnant, she cannot. We just know that there are a lot of limitations that come with pregnancy. So please don't go all feminist on me, okay? There'll be a lot of things that she would not be able to do. But yeah, when I saw her, I couldn't say no anymore because I had already called her. I felt bad and everything. So, and I know that she does a good job. Like, she does great with her work. So I didn't think I would have any complaints. But trust me, there was a lot of going back and coming. Oh, the dress ought to have been ready, it's not ready yet. Okay, come, let us fit, first fitting, second fitting, third fitting. The amount I spent on taxing, going for fitting, I would have added that to the amount I used to sew the dress and buy the material and everything, and gotten a new dress. Okay, so yeah, I think that if I were to do it again, right, I am definitely not going to stress with dressmaking unless it's like, maybe a place where they only sew wedding dresses and I'm just choosing my, they are sketching and doing all of that. But, having one person or two people on the dress really slowed the work progress, until few days to my wedding. That was when my dress was ready, like few days, a couple of days. Yeah, 2 days to my wedding was when my dress came in. Like, it was, bless you, babe. It was a really frustrating time for me. Honestly, very frustrating. Okay, there were a number of things. It was not flowing as I thought it would, but there was no time to correct all of those things because some of the things I thought would be corrected. Okay, we needed to go to the dry cleaners before it came back. It was just a lot of mess. Okay, and then on the day of the wedding, the train kept removing. Like, oh my God, thank God for the friends I had. Like, they really came through. They kept pinning it. The train kept coming up. There's just a lot of things. Initially, the plan we had was that there was going to be like a belt, right? Only for me to come and there are press buttons in it, and she said that would be better and everything. But again, she was pregnant, I couldn't talk much, so I kept things to myself. But honestly, if I would change a lot of things, right, if I had a do-over, right? So please be mindful, let them know what you want. And when you agree on a style, if you get there and you realize that this style is not what we agree on, you know what, be open, tell them your mind and everything. Like, when I saw that the front of the cloth was not covered, it wasn't reaching the ground, it was like my shoes were showing, I was honestly, it was anyways. But yeah, make sure that you are clear as to what you want, right, with all of your vendors. Okay, yeah, so that leads me to my next point, which is about budgeting. Okay, now I cannot overemphasize the importance of having a budget for your big day. Like, having a budget is so important. Okay, it's going to help you to avoid unnecessary costs, right, and it will help you to be able to manage expenses. Okay, basically manage expenses even after your wedding, because always remember, your wedding is just one day, okay, out of forever. You're getting into marriage. Okay, for you not to be struggling and trying to pay debt in your first year of marriage, you need to make sure that you work within your budget. Okay, trust me, no matter how many people are telling you that, oh, this one is too small or what, you still find someone that is willing to work with what you have. Okay, and that is the thing that you should always look out for. I have already talked about my decorator. Let me talk about my makeup artist, for instance. Now, I had people, right, that I wanted to do my makeup. People I always wish would do my makeup, even YouTubers. Okay, and I reached out to a few of them. I remember I reached out to this lady. She's a YouTuber. She's a makeup artist or something. I reached out to her and I told her, hey, I'm having my wedding, I want you to do my makeup, this and this and this. What is the cost? No, in short, what I do, I don't even go and be asking what the cost is. I tell you, I want to do my makeup. This is, I want for traditional, I want for the white wedding. I wasn't going to do for reception because I'm only going to change my lipstick, okay? So I didn't add that. So I said, this is what I want to do. I want to do this, I want to do that. These are the 2 times I'll need my makeup, and this is my budget. Can you work with it? Okay, that's basically what I asked. Okay, and then they come back, oh, okay, can you add this to it? Can you remove this from it? Yeah, I can't. This is what I am working with. Okay, so I know I reached out to a couple of people and they told me, hey, you know, they can't, especially the celebrity makeup artists. I wanted to come and make up, and then I started asking myself, like, yeah, this day is about me. It's not about, you know, the celebrities coming to make me up, and it's just makeup. There's so many important things that I still need to do. So I decided to stick to my budget, and I know I went on Instagram, which will be the next thing I'll talk about, but don't let me jump. And I went on Instagram and I saw, you know, a lady who in short, see, let us talk about an Instagram vendor. We'll come back to this point. Yeah, let me be going up and down. See, you also need to be careful, right? Most of the vendors that I used were recommended from those who my sister worked with, right, during her own wedding. But there are others that, you know, I didn't know anybody. I just, you know, I basically did not know anybody. I just came back from the US 2 months before my wedding. So I went to an Instagram and I saw a couple of people, and I wanted this lady to do my makeup for me. And then I reached out to her and I asked her, hey, because I've seen her do, you know, all those people that do DIY makeup on, you know, reels and the stuff and the rest of it, and she does really nice. But one thing you also need to know is that bridal makeup is different from everyday makeup. Okay, so don't be carried away to say that, oh, because she does nice makeup means that she'll be able to do bridal makeup. Yeah, she's going to do nice makeup that is going to last you 10 minutes, right? The moment you get to church, or the moment you get to your reception or your wedding area, everything is going to disappear, because the attention for normal makeup, I've done makeup, I did makeup during my court wedding, I did makeup during my photo shoot. I've done makeup that takes maximum 1 hour, right? My wedding makeup took about 3 hours, okay, because they have to make sure the face is properly compact, okay? So yeah, it's different, okay? So don't just go and think that any makeup artist will be able to make you up and it's going to last you, so that you don't have makeup smudging down your face and, you know, they are wiping your face and all the makeup is coming out here. You don't want that, okay? And the product they use for bridal makeup is different from the product they use for everyday makeup, okay? These ones have to stay, they are original, they are, you know, yeah, anyways, let's move on. So yes, I remember I contacted a few people on Instagram, right? Now I saw this girl, like I said, she does reels. I love her, you know, the makeup look and everything. Yeah, but also remember that reels has to do with phones, and phones these days has a lot of filter that looks like it is original, okay? So so I now saw this other makeup that was like a bridal makeup, you know, a bridal makeup that she did on herself, or I thought she did on herself. Only that I reached out to her and I told her that, hey, okay, my wedding is coming up, I'd like you to make me up. I've seen a lot of your work and I really love it. Can you make me up on my wedding? And she said yes. Okay, how much is it going to cost me? She said, this time, thankfully, I didn't go with my budget. I asked her how much it was going to cost, and she said 15,000 naira. I was like, I mean my wedding. She said yes. I said 15,000 naira for a bridal makeup. Okay, all right, no problem, I'm gonna get back to you. So I went back to that post that I saw her on the bridal makeup, like only for me to check and see, and then I realized that she wasn't the one who did that makeup, right? I saw someone who commented under the makeup that said something like, oh, she did the makeup. So I went to that lady's page, right, and I realized that, oh, she was the one who did this makeup for this other makeup artist that I was so in love with, thinking that it was the lady who did it anyway. So basically I reached out to the original creator of the makeup, which was my beautiful, lovely makeup artist, you know, that did my makeup for me. Yeah, so that was how I got her. So you need to be careful, okay? One other issue that I had with makeup was also with I think one issue I had with my makeup artist, was it the makeup artist? Was it the makeup artist? Yeah, I think, yeah, one of the issues I had with my makeup artist was the fact that I did not know, as at the time, and you see, my husband warned me on that day, basically, do not pay 100%, don't pay 90%, don't pay upfront before you see before you even do a trial, before you even see what is going to happen. I wasn't planning on doing a trial makeup, okay? I don't have time for all of those things, and I've already done my pre-wedding shoot, so there was no point to me. I've seen some of her work and I'm okay with it, which is not always a good thing. So I paid her, only for her to tell me after I already made payment that the payment does not include tying of gele, right? And it also does not include hairstyling. So I had to pay extra, but this was already after I had paid. Okay, so and then back and forth about, okay, return my money, you know, it don't feel work again, you understand, because it's always written in most Instagram vendors that, you know, no refunds and stuff. So so I had to, after we already negotiated, and I thought, okay, this is within my budget, this is perfect, you know, for what I'm about to do, my hair, everything, tying of gele and all of that, only for her to tell me that, hey, it doesn't include tying of a gele, it doesn't include styling your hair. That was frustrating, but I had no choice because I had already paid. I already paid like 80% of the money already, and she even wanted me to pay 100%. Don't ever do that, okay? Don't ever do that. So we agreed I was going to pay her after she had done her work, you know, that morning, which I did. So so I think the issue I had with that, so eventually we had to call a gele artist, right? And I paid him, you know, some thousands of naira. Yeah, and he tied the gele for me, and it was amazing. It was really nice. I mean, he did such a great job. And then the hairstylist, the hairstylist she was supposed to come, we didn't come. It was just a lot of drama. So eventually I had to pay her to style the hair, and that was the biggest issue I had. If you watch the last video I did, when, you know, I was after the during our reception, right, when my friends were holding my hair, literally it was falling off, the pins were coming up. She was a makeup artist, she was not a hairstylist. Okay, so please, okay, if you can get a stylist that will come with different people to help you to, you know, do the hair, someone responsible for the hair, your nails, your whatever. Please make sure you get a stylist if you can afford it. If not, please make sure that whoever you are outsourcing to, you are not giving your makeup artist the job of the hair. If she's not good with it, you are not giving the makeup artist the job of tying your gele. If she's not good, my sister also had the same issue. Our makeup artist was not really good with gele tying. She just, you know, she didn't really style it very well. Okay, so make sure that you either get a gele artist, right, to help you to know that that's what she's focusing on. Your makeup artist focusing on your face, and you get a hairstylist who will focus on your hair. I could have gotten my hairstylist, but anyway, that was a long story. So yeah, so even the weave on I used, the fronts that was supposed to be laid and everything, nothing was done. Basically nothing. It was just all nonsense. So my hair was nothing. Like, thank God the hair was tight on my head. If not, it could have probably just fallen off. Okay, all the packing she did, immediately we finished dancing. Whilst we were even dancing inside, right, everything started removing, the pins removed, and I had already paid her. Okay, I already paid her. So always, please, don't pay up front. Don't pay 100% upfront. Make sure that you see what you're about to do and you get value for it before you complete your payments. Even if it's 20%, you are left with, just to be sure that, hey, the person knows that if this thing doesn't work, your balance is at stake. Okay, so please don't be in a hurry like I was. I regretted that. My husband tried to warn me, but I didn't listen. So yeah, I think that's the only issue with her. But her area of specialty, which was the makeup, she did amazing. Like, I never had an issue. Even when I was sweating and they were damping my face, my makeup was still on point till the end. In short, till the end. And when I was about to, I came to the hotel to remove it. It wasn't even tough to remove. Okay, so yeah, just make sure that you have everything sorted. Okay, Instagram vendors, be very wary of them. Make sure you guys, you negotiate to the very last. You know what exactly you're coming on to, and don't overburden one person with different tasks. Okay, it's better if you have one person focusing on different aspects. One person gele, one person makeup, one person styling the hair, you know, whatever it is. Okay, don't overburden, you know, one person because you're trying to save cost, which was what I thought I was doing, and I ended up just, you know. But anyways, thankfully the weave on I bought, yeah, I bought my weave on myself, right? Yes, because I'm not going to allow, anyways. I got the specification of the weave ones I'm supposed to get, and then me and my husband went to the market, and I took him purposely because I knew it was going to be very expensive, and there's no way I was going to convince my husband that I bought a weave on for this amount of money and he would not be convinced that I was cheated. So we went to Ikeja that day. We roamed around before he eventually gave in and bought the one I wanted. So yes, I bought my weave on myself. The weave on was really nice, very good. I still use it till now, only that these days, please, me and weave on have never been friends. So yeah, I still have it and it's still really soft, really silky. All right, sorry about that. yeah, I don't know what happened. The light, I think they took the lights and they've not turned on the gen in our international hotel. So anyways, let's just go on. So what was I talking about? I was talking about, yeah, be mindful of you know, online vendors. Make sure that you make your research, agree on everything, so that tomorrow it's not like, hey, you said this, you didn't say this. Okay, agree on how much you're paying upfront, agree on, you know, when the balance will be paid, agree on, you know, how long they'll be staying. Like my makeup artist, she was, you know, in a hurry to leave because she had, I don't know what happened, maybe she had another bride or something. You know, so after I came back from church, she was upset that we took a while. It was just a lot of mess. Okay, so yes, just agree on, yeah, I'm the only client you have today. This is the amount of time you'll be staying with me. I expect you to be here in the morning and in the afternoon when I need touch up in the reception, because, you know, that's what I want. So how much is it going to cost me? So make sure you have those agreements, spell out everything, cross every T's and dot every I's. Okay, spell out every detail so that there will not be, oh, you said you didn't say, you know, on that day. Okay, and do all of that before you make any commitment monetarily. Okay, so one thing I also wanted to add is that you also need to make sure, sorry for my bad voice and the audio, you also, if you can, please make sure that you get a room for your makeup artist, to avoid stories. Okay, make sure that the person sleeps in the same hotel that your friends will be sleeping, you know, in, just to be able to avoid stories that touch. Okay, so yeah, just make sure that you take note of that. Thanks. Right, yeah, so yeah, I was talking before, yeah, so I was talking about budgets. Budgeting is super important. Okay, it's very, very necessary. It helps you to stay, you know, to stay on course. Okay, so that you don't start to borrow, you don't start to get frustrated. You know, when you have a budget, okay, it's not a matter of who is available to do what for me. It's who is available to do what with this particular cost I have. And you will find them, okay? You'll find people that can work with your budget. But when you don't have a budget, or, you know, you're just, unless of course, I mean, you have the money to spend, you have the money to, you are ready to do anything and anything. Yeah, I mean, go ahead, my sister. However, if you have, especially if you're planning your wedding yourself, okay, obviously, if you are using a wedding planner, you guys would have discussed the details, and she will take, or the wedding planner is going to take charge of every other thing. But if you're planning your wedding yourself, have a budget. I have a budget. If you go on my Instagram handle, victoria.a.fash, if you check my story, my highlights, I have my wedding budget there. It will help you. It can serve as a guide for you to know exactly what you need, what you want. How much are you budgeting for your rings? How much are you budgeting for jewelries, for the suit, for accessories, for shoes, for dresses, for the hall, for decoration, for makeup, for this. What do you want? Okay, how much do you think you can afford to give to those expenses? Okay, and then you now start to look for vendors that can work within your budget. Okay, because if you don't have one, right, they will, when you go and meet a vendor, they will give you the highest price, then you will not have to beat it down to what you want, especially if you're having your wedding in Nigeria. So yeah, please open your eyes, have a budget, and work with your budget. I think the next thing, and this was on my wedding day, that actually went wrong and got me really pissed, was a poor time management. Okay, we did not manage our time properly. Okay, I woke up around 4 a.m., which was the plan, to have my makeup done and all of that, but there was a lot of sluggishness happening. I don't know, that morning we're all chilled, relaxing. The makeup artist took her time, and then by the time we got to the hall, it was the introduction started quite late. I think I was relaxed because I knew I wasn't going to church. So bad as it is, right, everyone is going to wait because we are all going to do everything in the same hall. But there were a number of things I did not consider that people would get irritated, especially after the traditional wedding is done and we're about to start the exchange of vows, and we're not there yet. So yeah, that was where the issue was. So in the morning was awesome. We had fun in the hotel. Me and my husband did a lot of photo shoots. I did photo shoots with my girls. It was amazing. We went to the hall. The alagas, the MCs, for the traditional MCs, right, the lady took her sweet time. She did an amazing job. Like, she did an incredible job. Everybody loved her. She was so good at her job, but she took so much time, like so much time. By the time I was called up, you know, it was already time. It was already the time we thought the white wedding was going to start. Okay, so oh my god, it was a lot of stress. Yeah, we enjoyed that. The traditional wedding was all good and nice until it was time for the exchange of vows. I I had to go back to the hotel, which was, you know, just, it was supposed to be just 10 minutes, and it was just 10 minutes from the hall. But I need to come back, take off the dress, my clothes, put on my white dress. They have to style my hair. My husband has to come back and change and all of that. By the time we got to the hotel, they're already calling me. Where are me? In short, where are me? In short, but before we left the hall, it was a struggle because there were cars parked. We need to go and find who parked where. So that's one thing you also need to know. Make sure you are parked in a place where you will not be restricted. Okay, who parked behind us? Who parked behind the person that parked behind us? How do we get out of here? You know, whatever. By the time we were able to leave, it was already like 15 minutes after we left the hall. The traditional wedding was done. Now they were supposed to start the next order. You know, if we were going to the church, everybody would find their way to the church, but we weren't going to the church, so people were getting irritated. So what do we do now? Do you just sit down and wait for them to come? So I was getting calls. I immediately got to the hotel. They asked me, where am I? Am I coming? Am I this? And I'm like, I'm just getting here. I haven't even changed. My sister was pissed that I should have brought my clothes to the hotel, to the venue, and changed somewhere, but there was no room. There was like, the dressing room was nothing to write home about. So anyways, and I didn't want to forget anything. That was a problem I had. It wasn't even about the dressing room. It was the fact that I didn't want to forget anything. Okay, so I didn't want to bring something and not bring something, or leave one leg of my shoes, or leave one ear of my earrings. I had a phobia for that. So I came back to the hotel. By the time I got to the venue, so the way the program was supposed to go was my traditional wedding first, my exchange of vows next, then reception. By the time I got to the hall, reception had started. And we have not done exchange of vows, so we had to come up. People were already eating. I was so pissed. My husband was the one trying to calm me down and all, but I was really pissed. Okay, I was so pissed, but there was nothing I could do. My mom was pissed, everybody was pissed, and you know, yeah. So make sure that you manage your time properly. Okay, know when you need to leave the hotel room, know when you need to get to church, know when you need to, you know, and then make sure you are strict on that, especially the traditional MCs, the alagas. If you are Yoruba especially, make sure you are strict on them to let them know that this time we must leave the hall. So whatever you have to do, you need to wrap it up, you know, because they like to take money. They will drag it because they want to take money for themselves. So yeah, just make sure that, you know, you guys, you know, sort out all of those details. I think the next thing I'll talk about is giving your bridal party their responsibilities. Okay, I think that was one thing that I did well, right? Everyone knew what we're supposed to do. Like, you are the one in charge of gifts, you are the one in charge of this and that. I didn't even have to tell them. Like, they just plated themselves. Like, literally, those girls were amazing. Okay, yeah. So giving them their responsibilities, I literally did not have to bother about who is picking money. They were all hands on, doing everything. When I'm watching, as at that time I wasn't even noticing until after I watched the video. I'm like, God, these girls actually did so much. Like, they were so amazing. Yeah. So try to get them along. You'll be amazed how people actually want to help, but you never asked for their help. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask for people's help. Okay, and please be mindful of who you give your money, who you put in charge of picking money, right? First of all, there was this man in my wedding video. Every time I see that man in the video, I'm always upset. Like, I don't know him. I think he came with the band that came to play in the wedding. This man was just stealing money everywhere, stealing money. Even my friends were like, I the one who, do you know this person? I said, I don't know him. This man was just a shameless thief, right? And you have a lot of them in Nigerian weddings. They just come and steal money that, you know, they spray the couples and all of that. Also, you need to be mindful of the friends you put in charge of your money. Okay, you know who could be trusted, who should be trusted with money, who should be trusted with organizing things, who should be trusted with this. Then split it among them. Don't do because, oh, I don't want her to be offended, so you put her in charge of money, and you know, money now start to miss and things now start to happen, or the gift, you know, table is disorganized. People, the ushers, anyways. Just make sure that you arrange your bridal parties based on their strength. Okay, yeah. What else? What other advice will I give? I think the last advice I'm going to give is that just make sure that you and your husband are one. Always remember that day, you know, I don't want to repeat the things I've said in the other videos I've done about planning a wedding, but I would just say, just remember that your wedding is just a day, you know, one day. Okay, so don't blow it out of proportion. Don't overdo, you know, you're not trying to please anybody. Okay, you're just trying to have fun, you know, have a memorable day, have a day that you and your husband will enjoy. You don't need to have it the way your friend had it, or to impress people, to show them that you've arrived. Who are you trying to show? Okay, who are you trying to show? The person you're trying to show is not seeing you because she's busy trying to show you. Okay, so please just enjoy your day. Do as much as you can. afford, okay, so that at the end of the day your marriage will be great, you'll be peaceful, you'll not be trying to borrow money, pay money and all of that, because trust me, the first year of marriage is not always as rosy. That's maybe a story that we'll share, I don't know, but yeah, first year of marriage is not always as rosy, okay. You would need all the help and all the support you can get, okay. So be mindful of what you do and how you spend during your wedding, okay. Yeah, always be in you and your partner has to be one. So many issues will happen. Even I can't even start to share the drama we face with, you know, family members, things that happen during the wedding, after the wedding, before the wedding. But one thing I always know, if you and your partner are one, right, and you understand each other, you know, some of these things will be minimized. There were issues that could have caused fights between both sides of the family, but I was able to manage my side properly, my husband was able to manage his side properly, and there was never one issue, you know. But we know what could have occurred, you understand. So there were a lot of issues like that. Families are going to cause drama, and that's one other advice I would give. Not everybody is invited to your wedding, okay. You absolutely don't. Anybody that does not want to be in your wedding has no business being there, okay. If you're not happy for me, you don't need to be there, okay. So I mean, anyways, maybe that'll be a story, I don't know, for another time. But just know that, you know, only the people who mean enough to you should be on your day. It's an important day in your life. You don't want to be sharing, you don't want to be uncomfortable on your wedding day. So if someone does not need to be there or does not want to be there, it shouldn't be there. Okay, it's a thing of joy. So if you're not happy for me, what exactly are you doing here, right? So yeah, just be mindful of that. Know how, if you and your partners you and your partner, you're one, you agree on things, it's easier to manage your families, because I won't be the one telling his sister don't do this or don't do that, and he will be the one telling my brother, oh, sit down here, do that. You know, it's a matter of this what your sister did and he goes to talk to her, this what your brother did, I go to talk to him, you understand. You know, there's no clash. I think this is where I am going to end this particular video. Thank you for sticking around. I hope this has been helpful to you. Let me know in the comment section if it has. Let me know if there are any other points or tips you'd like someone to take note of. Until we meet again, my name is Victoria Idelefash. Thank you very much. Remember to subscribe. Please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye.